So this is Wednesday, July 15th, 2020 meeting of the Berlin Personnel Committee. As a preliminary matter, please note that this meeting is being recorded and that some attendees are participating by video conference. Accordingly, please be aware that other folks may be able to see you. Take care not to screen share your computer. Anything that you broadcast may be captured by recording. This is Claire Pond, Chair of the Personnel Committee. Permit me to confirm that all members and persons anticipated on the agenda are present and can hear me prior to me calling the meeting to order. Sue Terrian, member of the Personnel Committee.
I'm here.
Okay. I'm just trying to see if Tom just texted me. He might not make it, so that's okay. So Tom is en route. Margaret Nardowitz.
I'm here.
And Mary is no longer here, right?
Mary's, there she is.
Mary Arata, administrative assistant for the town. She's there. Okay. With a quorum of the board present, I call this meeting to order at 6:34 p.m. on Wednesday, July 15th, 2020. So I had sent out the agenda ahead of time, and Sue, did you have a chance to take a look at the minutes?
I didn't receive the minutes.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Okay. I'll resend them.
Okay, and then we can vote on those when Tom's here.
Okay, that's fine. So that was the first order of business. And then the new business was PAFs. And I think we received 2 of them today. One was for Lisa Wasaki, who has stepped down, or her term expired on the Board of Selectmen. So, and the second one was for Victoria Flynn, who is starting as our new Council on Aging Director.
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion that we accept both of those.
I'll second that motion and we can vote on that. Sue?
Aye.
Claire? Aye.
Okay.
So PAF's voted on.
I will do your electronic signature. I'll just put in that you've signed these, Claire.
Perfect. Okay, great. The second order of business was position reviews and advertising. Where there isn't anything, Margaret, right?
I had an update from Sandy yesterday, who says she hopes to have the market data for all positions next week.
Oh, beautiful. Good.
Yes.
Good.
So as soon as I get that, as
Oh.
soon as I get that, I'll pass it on to you.
Perfect. Also, I forgot to put it on here, but you had sent some invoices. So
Yes.
I guess I wasn't quite sure on that thing you sent today, the Berlin Town Accountant thing on the encumbrances. So I just, I just need to sign that saying there were no other anticipated invoices.
Yes, that's all you have to do. So at the bottom of that, you would just need to sign. I know June would take another electronic signature here. I don't know how you want to deal with that.
Yeah, that's fine if you can do that. If
I'll just put that you've signed here.
Yeah.
At some point, she may need a copy of your minutes just to show that this is being signed, but I'll do that now.
Okay.
So I should make a motion that we sign that. So if she needs to see it in the minutes.
Oh, good idea.
That there are no outstanding invoices.
So I'll second that and we can vote on that then. I vote aye.
Sue Terrian, aye.
Okay. So we have nothing on that and Margaret's going to sign.
Okay.
Okay. The next one was the Sue, did you see these? I wasn't sure if you got these as well, the invoices,
Yes, we did.
Okay, good.
She
So
figured it out.
The 40 $4,500 for Sandy's group for doing working on the consultation for us, the consult, the wage and classification study, and looking at the personnel policies. So we're paying her in like payments, I guess.
Yes, so this will be the second, of 3 payments. So this is the 2/3.
Okay, great. So I make a motion that we approve to pay the $4,500 to go to HR Consulting, Human Resources Services, Inc., I guess you call it, right?
Yes,
So
Human Resources Services, yeah.
I'll second that.
all those in favor? Aye. Claire Pond.
Sue Terry and I.
Okay. Again, I will, I'm essentially just doing the slash, the S/ for a signature, and I will make copies of these for you tomorrow, so you have them for your files.
Okay. And the third item was the Massachusetts Municipal Human Resources Association, and that was for $225. That's the annual thing. Now, Margaret, I know that you wanted to be put on this. Is Mary able to do that for you? Because I mean, I'm willing to come off, or
No, I think you should stay on. And I'm happy to, Amy shared her login with me to the listserv last year, so I'm happy to do that.
Okay.
It's just that it's useful information for me too. So I don't have any problem with the way it was last year as far as membership. If there's room to add me, then I'll go on, but.
Okay. And the other thing is all the emails that you get that, do you get those or no?
I do get, I want to say I get the forum, the emails on the forum. I'm not 100% sure because there are so many forums going on right now with COVID and other things. But if I don't, I know that, well, Mary sees hers, and often June will forward me any, emails that she thinks I should see too. So
all right.
I'm not that concerned with that.
Yeah, Sue, these are those emails that come,
Right.
like with all they're different, like if somebody down in one of the towns on the Cape has a question, it's very, very helpful.
No, I've seen, I think Mary actually did some for something else that I needed.
Good.
But I don't get those emails.
Okay.
I don't
I
get
think I'm
them.
the only one who does, but they
Claire,
really.
feel free to forward them. I mean, if you think something's useful.
Yes.
What I'm going to say is if personnel had an email address and we tell the MMHR to send the emails there, the town can have that account push them automatically to all 3 of you every time they come in. But does personnel have its own email address?
Yeah, we do. Yep.
Personnel at
We
town.
do?
Yeah, we have the.
It could be sent to all 3 of your personal email accounts if you don't mind being inundated with them. Because sometimes what happens is the threads are very popular and people start firing responses off, even though they really shouldn't. They're supposed to only respond to the person who asks the question. If you're okay with it all going into your personal email accounts, then you can just.
Yeah, it goes into mine now and it's about 10 a day. 10 maybe. Other days there may be more, but I find them I like to read some of them because I think they must be very helpful for you, Mary, and for you, Margaret, as well. In terms.
Why don't I ask the MMA, I'll double check with the chief and make sure, who gets the emails that go to personnel@townofberlin.com?
I'm supposed to be.
But you don't know that you do.
Yeah.
You don't
I need, what's his name did send me the instructions for how to do it.
Yeah, but we can just set it up to be an account. Like EDC does this. Everything that goes to the EDC automatically goes to all the members.
Okay.
Without anyone having to log in and look at anything, as long as you're okay with that flow going to your personal email account.
Sue, are you okay with that?
That doesn't bother me.
Great. Okay.
All right. Just say Tom's not here, so it doesn't bother him either.
Okay.
Just send it along. Okay.
Okay. That'd be great, Mary. Thank you. So based on the information here, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the $225 to MMHR and see if they can send information that we get from them to the Personnel Committee email address, and that way it'll go to all of us.
Second it.
All those in favor? Aye. Claire Pond.
Sutarian, aye.
Okay.
So the dues went up this year to $225. So I paid the $25 from my expense line. So your line's depleted.
So next year, we got to remember before we do the budget that it went up to 225. I kind of had something up here thinking that that was the case, and then I never even thought about it when we did the budget, so.
Oh. All right, well, I'll get copies of these for you tomorrow. Okay. That takes care of
Okay.
that.
Let's see, the next item of business is where I did any discussion on the capital budget and position approvals, any discussion on any of that? Nothing?
Position approvals.
Okay. HR consultant update, you already gave us the information on that. Any budget update?
Budget updates. Budget updates. Oh, I have a little something here. So I am going to inform the the finance committee tonight at the next meeting that there are a couple of positions here that are going to require a little more funding this year. First is the Council on Aging Director, as you know, because of that hourly wage adjustment based on that analysis. But I'm not going to ask them to do it right away because I have a feeling, I don't know for sure, but the hourly rate for the Council on Aging Director has been increased. I just don't know what the consultant's going to say about putting that position in a different grade or a different step.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask FinCom to wait. I just want to give them a heads up. As of now, the additional funds required for that position would be $3,281.65. To pay for the position for the whole year. And by the way, Victoria is doing great so far. She is so conscientious. She's doing excellent. We're talking about having an interview for a van driver next week. So she's organizing it. And so she and Bob Blair and I will sit on the interviews, and then we'll have to do the background checks, driving record, all that other stuff.
Yep.
So the next position is the Veteran Services Officer. And this was an error on my part because he is paid at minimum wage. And I neglected to do the mid-year minimum wage adjustment for him, the required minimum wage adjustment. So he's going to need an additional funding of $324.
Okay.
And that is it.
All right. Well, that's great.
Yeah. It's a start. We'll see who else gets put on the list.
Right, exactly. I think that's all we had on our list. Was there any other discussion that anybody on the committee would like to? Sue?
I just have one thing that I would kind of like, okay, I'm being really careful because this is one of those topics you can go off on a rant. I don't want to do that. I want to stay with personnel. But I really think we should consider this, is that we've all seen a majority of our employees go above and beyond during the pandemic. And they've put in time, and they've also financially, they've taken a hit. A lot of our employees didn't get the raises. And now for the past 2 years, the budget has to get crunched and the employees burden that. I mean, they take that on their shoulders.
Yep.
And they've got cut. So after I've been through all these meetings, and I've watched a lot of meetings on tape, and I sat through the MVP, all 3 of those sessions, I hear a lot of campaigning in the town right now to buy new things and to create new things or protect new things. And I'm just having a little difficulty because none of these things are really necessities. And meanwhile, I feel like our employees are getting cut. So I would really like to implement part of our bylaws a little more conscientiously and have some of our employees, or I guess you do, department heads come in and sit down and talk to us. Just so we can be more aware of what's happening in their department. And if they need our support when it's time to go to FinCom or go to the select board, we can be there for them. I mean, number one, I want to start right off with Dave Smith from the highway department. You know, and I really started to think about this. I sat down, and when you see what that man's done since the COVID pandemic, he's organizing his staff. He didn't have an easy time. He had to cut their shit, you know, change their shifts around, and he tells you outright that there were some issues, but it got done. He's doing modifications in the town buildings. And I'm not saying he's doing it all, but he's overseeing it. Yeah. He's doing the trees. So I just would like to know, before the year gets going, is he comfortable? Is he being stretched too far? Does he feel that he could use another employee? Is his department being stretched too far? But I think it's our job to watch out for these employees. And I would really like to implement that we start bringing them in once in a while, or, you know, go and talk to them on our own. But I think it's something we need to step up and do before all the money goes to shiny new objects. We need to think about these people that are working really hard. That's my soapbox for the night.
Thank you very much for speaking up and saying something, because we really, especially in times like this, I think it really comes out as to who helps out and really steps up to the plate, so to speak. So
right.
Thank you, and I think that's a great idea, Sue, to have them start coming, you know, to the committee, to come to us to ask for support. And you know, they did a year ago or so when we first started, and they started coming to our committee, but we really haven't heard from anybody since.
No, and I'd hate to see monies going to, and I'm not saying they're bad projects. They're very, you know, honorable projects that they're looking for this money. But right. Meanwhile, our employees are getting cut and being stretched thin. I'm just having a hard time. My husband is outside the window taking pictures of something. Sorry about that.
I also think that is a great idea. And what timing where you're going to have the report from Sandy coming in at the same time, to be able to discuss that with department heads kind of on a real-time basis, you know, and also the challenges that departments face. I think that's, you know, it's thoughtful, and it's a really good idea. There's no question that there's significant strain right now among employees, and this, you know, any show of support, especially from the personnel committee, I think would go a long way. You know, I can say thank you all day long to employees for what they do, and you're like, well, you know, you don't know any different. You're here too, you know. So, but to hear it from a committee that is an advocate for them, I think is great.
Yep. Well, thank you. So, Sue, do you think we should make a motion to start this process, or just note it in the minutes?
Make sure Tom agrees.
Yep.
And his ideas too. So maybe go one more meeting, and then we can try to start
further discussion. Okay.
Yeah, if Tom says yes and he thinks that's a good idea,
And hopefully at that next meeting, you'll have Sandy's report and you'll be able to look at it, in that context.
Right, and then also see, I know right now, to me, Dave is just, sorry, highway is blaring.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
they just,
I have a feeling you're gonna probably see stuff in the report about that.
right, and then there's also, I'm sure the fire and police and the accounting, I'm sure all the offices are just stretched right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leanne and Mary helping
Right.
with Zoom
Oh, it's-
meetings. All
I mean-
these Zoom meetings has
Oh,
been
absolutely,
incredible.
to pick up, yeah.
Incredible.
Mhm.
Mary's,
Look at what Margaret did this past year. This is her 1-year anniversary today.
No, it's what everyone did.
it's what
It's-
Margaret's done, but you're sitting there doing Zoom meetings. Mary.
Exactly,
Right. Yeah.
Everybody's doing
exactly.
extra.
She is the Zoom extraordinaire.
No, that is my soapbox, so
Okay,
see
well,
what Tom
thank you. Anything else anybody's got?
that's it.
That's it? Well,
would make-
then it's 6:54. I'd like to make a motion to adjourn if it's okay with everyone.
And I will second that.
Okay, all those in favor? Aye.
Tutarian, aye.
Okay. Thank you. Thank
All
you,
right.
Margaret.
So 2 weeks then? 2
Yeah.
weeks?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's-
and I'll,
It's like, yeah,
so, all right, so does, Mary, we're still struggling with Wednesday night meetings,
Right.
right?
Well, I'm just saying, well, you want to have FinCom then, I guess, right?
Highly unlikely that FinCom will be meeting in 2 weeks.
You want me to book you for 6:30 in 2 weeks?
yes.
Okay.
We can always cancel it after if we don't use it, but we're thinking that the HR report's going to be coming in, right?
Should we though maybe look at, is there another night that would be better? That we could,
Would you,
because the HR report's coming, we may want to do more than 20 minutes. It's nice
Right.
to do 20 minutes.
You want to check with Tom and see if Thursday, the 30th, instead of the 29th, which is 2 weeks out, go one more day, just go to Thursday, the 30th, and then book 2-3 hours or something, and just have that night to yourself?
yeah, that would be fine with me.
I'm sorry,
Margaret?
what night is it again?
Margaret's,
30th of
The
July.
30th? I'm sure I'm here, so that's fine with me.
I'll do
That's
that-
Thursday, the 30th.
I'm sorry, my microphone's not hooked up. I could do that as a tentative hold. I'll do it from 6:30 to like 9:30.
That would be a good idea.
not that long.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we don't go that well.
So
No.
there's pressure on you to get off, though, is what I'm saying. If I make it to the,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
All right, so Thursday, the 30th.
And I'll see you guys later, and
Okay, well, thank you very much, and we'll adjourn.